In the Ahmaud Arbery case, the prosecutor said that if you are going to take the law into your own hands, you better make sure that you are right. Well, again, they were wrong. Another father and son duo, Gregory and Brandon case, wanted to follow in the footsteps of Gregory and Travis McMichaels by taking them upon themselves to shoot at a Black FedX driver. And just like with the McMichaels, there was no big rush to go and apprehend these guys. The incident happened on January 25th, but they weren't arrested until February the 1st. And to throw a little salt into the wound, the FedEx driver said that a white police officer asked him if he had been doing anything to make them think he looked suspicious. Man, the nerve of these people. You had the Karens calling the cops because they thought that a black person didn't belong in a certain place. You have these crazy vigilante white people that are shooting and running after black people because they're jogging or because they feel as if you don't belong in the neighborhood. These folks are looking for something that I know that they don't want. They think they want it, but they really don't want it. And if they want it so bad, maybe we should go on and give it to them. Because these people will just not stop. I mean, I guess he wants to give these McMichaels some company. Then I heard another thing about these people in this town trying to say, oh, we're not a racist town. Are you kidding me? This is Mississippi. All along that line, Mississippi, Tennessee, Virginia, all those places are nothing but racist. That's where it all basically started. With the burnings and the hangings and the mistreatment of black people. But the real question is, what are black people going to do about it? Are we going to allow people to just pick us off? Because there's nothing they can say about these two individuals here. They found holes in the van and in packages. They were reckless. They could have killed the driver or they could have shot another person because, like I'm saying, they're just shooting in the air. And we can't help but say that it's racist because, again, why did it take so long for them to apprehend these two guys? And you know what happened the day that it happened. You hear all this talk about they got good white people out there, but what the hell are they? The numbers is too few to even speak about good white people. Because every time I look up, all I see are bad white people. I want you to check out this clip from the movie The Planet of the Apes.
Members of the Citizens Council, I am a simple soldier. And as a soldier, I see things simply. I don't say all humans are evil simply because their skin is white.
You people are just evil and you cannot help yourselves. If you don't get your way, you have the biggest tantrums. And it's ridiculous because you're supposed to be an adult. I can see maybe a 5 or 6 year old child, but I see grown Caucasians having a damn tantrum. Here's another one. Now check this one out.
What I know of man was written long ago, set down by the greatest ape of all, our lawgiver. Cornelius, come here. Reach into my pocket. Read to him the 29th scroll, 6th verse.
Beware the beast man, for he is the devil's pawn. Alone among God's primates, he kills for sport, or lust, or greed. Yea, he will murder his brother to possess his brother's land. Let him not breed in great numbers, for he will make a desert of his home and yours. Shun him. Drive him back into his jungle lair, for he is the harbinger of death.
Now, you people are the harbingers of death. You kill for sport, wiped out the dodo birds, all kind of animals, just because. You wiped out races of people for no apparent reason, because you said they weren't civilized. See, we have to be honest. And most white people have this animalistic behavior. You're kind of territorial. That's what happened with Ahmaud Arbery and his other black man, because they came into your neighborhood and you felt as if they don't belong. Because if they're in your neighborhood and they're black, they got to be doing something wrong. See, one thing about people like the McMichaels and the cases is that they are willing to take one for the team. That means killing some black person and going to prison. They don't mind going to prison just as long as they have shot their trophy, which is a black person. Now, earlier you heard in that Planet of the Apes, the man said that he didn't believe that all humans were evil because their skin is white. But listen to what else he had to say about humans.
The only good human is a dead human.
The question is, what good are you people alive if you want to kill up everything? What's the use of having you around when everything is in danger because of you? One thing as a black person I will not do, that is to walk around in fear. I've read in one of those apocryphal books of the Bible that you should never leave home without a weapon. I was talking to this guy the other day because there's so much happening in the world today is that I don't feel comfortable leaving the house without a weapon. Because as a black man, you just never know when you are going to run into somebody like the McMichaels or the cases. See, there's only one thing left for black people to do.
I thought you were a myth. Well, I'm not. But I will tell you something that is. The belief that human beings are kind. No, Caesar. There are some. Oh, a handful perhaps, but not most of them. They won't learn to be kind until we force them to. We can't do that until we are free. How do you propose to gain this freedom? By the only means left to us. Revolution.
It's just sad that that is the reality, is that blacks will have to revolt. Blacks have been asking ever since I can remember, and everything we've asked for has been denied. Keep talking about police reform, but they keep saying refund the police. We never said that. We said reform the police department. So things like what happened to McMichaels and the cases won't happen again. Black people are tired of being someone's mistake. Oh, I thought he was a burglar. I thought he had a gun. I thought I was in fear of my life. Now you can look at this father and son duo and you can see for yourself that these are two racist rednecks from Mississippi. And as bad as folks like this are, you have the authorities within those towns and cities where they live that put all the stops they can to protect them. So as I say, what is left for black people? I mean, we already have the right to arm ourselves, but some black people just won't arm themselves, which I just can't understand. You know, a lot of people within my community live in a fantasy world. They really believe that there is no racism. They really believe that, hey, that was back in the past. Things have changed now. That's what they think up until they are no longer here. When their families has to bury them because some racist hick felt it necessary to kill them because of something that he thought. Now the lying excuse that these two rednecks is probably going to give is that we had some packages being stolen and we thought that this guy was stealing packages. It still doesn't make a difference, sir, because you just can't pull out your gun and start shooting at people because you thought they were stealing a package. Get a license plate number. Call the cops like you try to tell everybody else to do. Follow the law like you try to tell everybody else. Now, these two dumb hicks, they will probably throw the book at them because they are two insignificant hicks. They are nobodies. So to make an example out of them, they will throw the book at them. That's really a message to all white people. Hey, look, if you're going to kill these black people, make sure that you're within the law. Because if you don't, we can't help you. So it's trying to teach these white people to be more, to put more thought into how they're going to assassinate us. I have to make this prediction, is that a lot of white people, like the McMichaels and the cases, are going to end up dead. Because you're not going to force me to not work. It's like you're trying to scare black people from getting these jobs because some crazy white person is going to shoot us from delivering a package. It's not going to happen. And these companies, they keep hiring us. Hey, we need some protection. Like I said, I went to pay my phone bill. I asked the guy, do they allow y'all to have guns? I said, no. Hey, the way crime is rising now, people are not going to be sitting ducks, and I would not have a job if I'm not allowed to protect myself. What's the good of calling the police is when I call the police after I done got shot, after I done got robbed, after someone has gotten killed. What the hell good is the police? It will behoove you to learn to protect yourself. And that is what's going to start happening, is that black people are going to start protecting themselves. We're not going to depend on the police department because what good is that? We're not going to depend on the courts because what good is that? So we have to learn to start protecting ourselves. Because it's like this here. I'd rather somebody say, there he go, than there he lay. You know, either way it goes, it's either two things are going to happen. White people are going to start treating black people right, or they are not. And on the other hand, black people are going to continue to accept the treatment that white people have been dishing out to us, or we're not. There doesn't have to be civil unrest or war. There can be peace. If people would only do the things that brings about peace. And before I allow someone, some pea-brain person like the McMichaels or the cases to snuff my life out, it's like this here. I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6.